This is another video in which I respond to a few questions about intermittent fasting. Now, let's start with the obligatory caveat. These are my April 2017 thoughts. They are non-generalizable and subjective to change in the future. Now, with that in mind, proceed, shall we? So, question. If I were to eat the same amount of calories as I do with IF, spread over the duration of the day, would it have the same effects as IF? Does IF cause a physiological response in your body, resulting in quicker weight loss? Now, my translation of this question is IF advantageous compared to a normal feeding frequency? And the short answer is that it can be if done correctly, but it depends because there are so many ways to do it wrong. Now, does IF cause a physiologic response? Anything that interacts with your body causes a physiologic response. Our inner milieu is constructed to respond to stimuli from its exterior, whether we're talking about food, drinks, temperature stimuli, and so on. Can IF result in quicker weight loss? Well, I believe it can, once again, if you do it in a right way. In fact, most people who praise IF, they do it claiming it on its weight loss effects. So they praise it for its weight loss effects. Now, I made a longer video version of the physiologic responses to intermittent fasting, which I'll link to in the description. I also touched upon this subject at extensive length in my book Stress and Adaptation in Physiology, which I'll also link to in the description. Okay, next question. What is your, and that is mine, take on the no carb diet or no plant or zero carb diet? I did try it for a few weeks and actually liked it, but would still like to do more research on it and find more info. End of question. Now, from my understanding, this type of diet is mostly a meat exclusive diet. And I'm gonna quote from their website. Many longtime practitioners express a preference for beef because they find it to be the most satisfying of all meats. But zero carbers may also eat pork, bacon, sausage, lamb, poultry, fish, eggs, hard cheese. They eschew milk and yogurt because these dairy products contain significant quantities of carbohydrates. End of quote. So dairy is significant in carbs? Come on. A glass of 6 ounces of whole milk or even skim milk without added sugars has roughly 8 to 9 grams of carbohydrates. You actually can say that this is considered significant as long as you compare it to the relatively very low content of carbohydrates in meat and cheese, for example, but you cannot generalize. Anyway, like you and many other people following many other types of diets, the followers of this zero carb approach, I mean those who have been successful, they swear for its benefits, and that's fine, I guess. I think it could make sense in some circumstances, especially now I'm talking about my case. It would make sense in some circumstances if I would be so metabolically damaged that I would have food and environmental sensitivities that would require me to follow an extremely restrictive and exclusive diet like this one. Now, would I do it? Well, no, not at this moment and not for the long term. And I don't want to talk about the potential undiscovered nutritional deficiencies as well as the impracticality of this type of approach. With my current emphasis, I'm trying to get as many vitamins, minerals, micronutrients, and phytochemicals from my diet as I can. And that requires me to eat significant amounts of vegetables and plant foods. Now, I eat both plant and animal foods. I hope this helps. Anyway, next question. I saw a lady that was fasting for 7 days. Is that beneficial or even safe? Is it the longer the better thing? Now, in this case, we're talking about prolonged fasting, which is a totally different game compared to the much convenient 16 to 8 IF protocol many people use. Now, the meaning of the word beneficial and safe, the meaning of these two words has to be applied in context. In fact, for many metabolically disturbed people, I suspect this could be dangerous and detrimental. I don't know about the existence of the saying, the longer the better, but I wouldn't cling to it. However, in certain circumstances, and I'm at least trying to be balanced here, and for certain people, doing a prolonged fasting could be beneficial and even safe. In fact, I did it myself, and I wrote about my prolonged fasting experiment in my book, Periodic Fasting. What else? There are many subjective and anecdotal reports all over history for people undergoing complete dietary restrictions, so I cannot be or say that it doesn't work. It can work, but it can also be dangerous. Now, there is medical literature on the topic, but myself being an author of a book on prolonged fasting, I would say good research is hard to find, and it still seems inconclusive to me. I guess we're gonna stop here for now. If you have questions about these and similar topics, throw them in the comments below. Now, on your way out, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Thank you for watching.